What's happening in Coachella Valley? This is Craige Campbell for CoachellaValley.com. How are you doing? This is another What's Happening show, and we're doing this live streaming at the Palm Desert High School at the Film and Broadcast class of Mr. Martin here. And we have a wonderful show for you today, a couple different segments. We're going to start right away with the news, guys. Breaking news about 10 o'clock today. We got the news that B&P is going to actually be played in October. We don't have the exact dates, but it is going to happen here. And in fact, tickets are going to go on sale June 21st. It's our lead article right there, CoachellaValley.com. You could go right over there and take a look. Hey, thank you for joining us. Today is California. We're also streaming on YouTube, Coachella Valley, and on Coachella Valley Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us. Wind advisory until 11 o'clock on Friday, guys, up to 50-mile-an-hour gusts, and you guys might already be experiencing that. 90 degrees today. The temperature is going to be, but it's going to be dropping all the way down to 79 tomorrow. And of course, that will be causing us a little bit of wind right there. You can see it. So 60-degree low tonight, 55 low tomorrow, and should be a wonderful day on Saturday. So appreciate that. The other thing I want to tell you guys about is the Lavender Festival. Brought it up before, but the Lavender Festival is actually available tomorrow for free, starting at 10 o'clock till 6 o'clock. And then again, I think on Saturday up there in Cherry Valley, Oakland area. Obviously, a very, very fun time. Now, remember that most of those, it's a $10 parking fee up there, but it is free to actually walk through the lavender fields. Most of them will not start blooming until the end of May. So just keep that in mind if you are considering going up there and taking your family up there. So we have a couple guests with us today. I have the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce, Rebecca Rizzo, director, and hopefully we'll be joined by Devin Sanchez of the Desert Beer Company. We have a live show that we'll be doing with them tomorrow, an acoustical, couple of different bands that start at 6 o'clock, and there's also live food there. So a couple of things that you guys can put on your list. CDC reports that California is the lowest positivity case rates in the entire nation as of May 18th. So things are going in the right direction. Most of that's being attributed to vaccines and the amount of vaccines that are happening here in the Coachella Valley and throughout California. Don't forget, on June 15th, we're going to be eliminating the entire tier system here in California and returning back to normal on a level. Of course, it depends on hospitalizations, vaccine rates, and a lot of different things. But out here in California, we are gearing up to match CDC requirements. Don't forget, though, every single county in California has the right, and also cities, to have more restrictive guidelines than CDC, but they can't be less restrictive than CDC guidelines. So a lot of things are definitely happening out here. On Tuesday, we were looking in Riverside County to move to yellow tier. Unfortunately, we did not. Only Orange County and Los Angeles are in yellow tier, the least restrictive tier in our tier system. We are still in orange, but like I said, in just a few weeks, the entire system will be disappearing. So we are filming live from Palm Desert High School, and what a great studio I'm in. I'm so thankful for Desert Sands Unified School District allowing me to be here, and Mr. Martin and his class. Students have been helping me out, and we are at that time where it is senior graduation. And I want to let you guys know there's going to be a cruise night in June that Coachella Valley will be filming live for Palm Desert High School and interviewing some of the students. It should be really a lot of fun. We'll give you more information about that as I get those details. So once again, breaking news, B&P is going to be played in October right here in the Coachella Valley. Tickets on sale June 21st. You can go right to our website and get that information that you might like. So a couple comments. Let me see what we got here. Hi, Rick. I agree. I appreciate you guys commenting. Let me know where you're coming from. Hey, Laura. Appreciate you too. Thank you so much. You know what? I'm going to pull up a couple of things here real fast. I just want to show you what is going on. This is downtown Palm Springs. Just the other. Let me get rid of that. And I'm take this out too, so you guys can see the whole thing. So this is downtown Palm Springs on Saturday. I just want to show you just how deep, about 75 feet of people just waiting to get into the village there. A lot of things have changed. A lot of young people out here. And of course, we've got Southwest Airlines flying back and forth to Las Vegas directly. A lot of people are coming out here, and the weather's just been so spectacular. We've had a very interesting return to the Coachella Valley. So, hey, I got a guest here. I'm going to just tune in real quick, and I'm going to pull up Mr. Sanchez. I see is hanging out. I know he's going to be opening up at 2 o'clock. Let me see what's going on there. Hey, Devin.
Hello.
Hey, Devin, I just brought you in. You're live. I'm going to get rid of what I got in front of your face right there. Look at you. Hey, Devin, how's it going?
Doing well. How are you guys?
Good. You're live from, we're actually filming from Palm Desert High School right now. And I know you're at the Desert Beer Company where you're operating and opening up at 2 o'clock. You know, I'm bringing you up because there's so many cool things happening coming up Friday. Tell me tomorrow what's going on at your establishment right there.
Thanks for having me, Craig. Tomorrow we're going to do some live music from 6 to 9 p.m. We'll have live acoustics going on outside on our patio, and it'll be from two different bands. One is called Wayland, and they're like more of like I'd say like a industry rock kind of style. And then we have Uncle Ben's Thrice, which is a good friend of mine. Of all trades, and a very good drummer and a hype man, and he's got two other lovely representatives of his new band, and they're playing as well. So we'll have them on at the same time. We'll have some good food from Say When Catering, and hopefully everybody can come out and enjoy.
Great. You know, we're putting up the poster right there with Wayland and Uncle Ben's Thrice. We had an opportunity yesterday to actually go in and speak with you. And we were actually, you were brewing this beer yesterday morning. You started at 8 a.m. I just love saying it. The Uncle Kunkel Dunkel, German Dunkelweizen. That's a lot of words there. But tell me what's so special about this beer and why you're brewing it and when it's going to be available.
So, background on that is Joshua Kunkel is a very good friend of ours, and we lost him on May 1st to a very bad car crash. So we wanted to honor him. This is the first way we can honor him in terms of making a beer for him. It was a good friend. Like I said, again, he was the president of the Coachella Valley Homebrewers Club for many years, as well as just an avid home brewer, and just was always a good friend of all the local breweries. He made a lot of cool beers at his house, and he always wanted to share whatever he had with the community, and wanted to bring in anybody that's interested. So he was a very big proponent of that, and he always had some really cool beers to share. Whether it was a regular friend of his or some random person that he just met, he would always bring out crack open a bottle that he had brought along with him to one of the local breweries or local tap rooms like La Quinta in Old Town as well, and he would just share them with whoever was around. And it was just always about that. And he was big proponent of my brewery opening up. And you can see there, that's Chance on the left. He's my brewer. The Justin is in the background there. He is actually the two-part of that podcast that Justin was actually, or Josh and Justin were a part of, and that's the Beer Dad and Brewed. And Justin was the Beer Dad, and Josh was the Brewed part of it. And then Laramie is Chance's wife there, and then that's me, of course, on the right. So we came together yesterday and brewed that beer in honor of him, and that was one of his most telling beers. It was one of his beers that he always really enjoyed making. He only made it probably about, I'd say, I think like 5 or 6 times total, but it was one of the ones that he really was adamant about. He really loved making that beer, and he shared them 2 times with me, when he was with us, and I loved it each time, and I'm happy to be able to make that beer again. So we're fermenting that right now, and hopefully it'll be ready in about 4 to 5 weeks, and everybody can enjoy it.
Hey, I just want to make sure, Devin, can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can. I have my phone is probably not the best in terms.
No, you're doing fantastic. I hear you excellently. I just want to make sure that you can hear me and that we're all on cruise control here. I'm going to be out there tomorrow to share a little bit live. So I'm going to be getting some food and enjoying the acoustic music out there. We'll definitely be putting the GoFundMe page up for Joshua that's supporting his family and the needs that he has right now. Devin, I know you're opening up at 2 o'clock in just a few minutes, and you're going to be open until how late tonight?
So
I'll let you open tonight.
today, Thursday, late Thursday today we're open from 2 to 9.
2 to 9.
And we do
So,
have a
and you
food,
also
we
have
do have a
food.
food vendor. Yeah, we have a food vendor from 4 to 9, and their name is Oja Blanca, and they're a very inspiring Mexican food pop-up restaurant, and they're absolutely amazing. So I highly recommend anybody to come down and enjoy their food, because I love it. I've never had anything better in terms of a local Mexican food than these guys. They're really, really amazing. So I highly recommend coming down and enjoying that.
Great. I got your on the banner going on the bottom, desertbeercompany.com, if you guys want to find out more information. And of course, you can go to CoachellaValley.com and take a look at the article that we have about you guys, and a little bit about the information on the beers that you have. 21 craft beers going on, and plus you're brewing one, as we just spoke about, the Uncle Kunkel Dunkel. There you go. So, hey, Devin, I appreciate you, man. And we're going to be right back at you, I'm sure, tomorrow. And have a great time.
Yes.
Appreciate you stopping in.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me on. Have a good day.
All right. So, Rebecca, I just brought you in. How are you doing? Miss Rizzo. I'm just going to move to the next section. Here we have the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce Membership Director, Rebecca Rizzo. How's it going?
It's going good. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
Okay, good. Yes, I can. So I am here in Palm Desert, probably right around the corner from you, right? Just a little bit.
Yep.
I'm at the gardens on El Paseo, and I am making my way to La Quinta because tonight we actually have a graduation ceremony for the Leadership Coachella Valley class of 2020 and 2021, actually. So I'm heading over to that this afternoon, and I'll tell you, it is crazy busy right now. I mean, I went over to Backstreet Bistro because I'm passing out PPE to all the different businesses. Hi, Laura, how are you? And I went to go over to walk inside just to drop the bag off. I was working with the city to get PPE supplies out to all the businesses. And when I went in, I wanted to pull in. Every single parking spot was taken. So I couldn't. Then I went to the next business not a parking space open. So what we're seeing, this surge, and I've talked to some of the other chambers around the valley, we're all experiencing this really neat surge and a very change in the dynamics as we know it. So I'm hoping we won't really have a summer season like we did before. I'm hoping that this is the year where you're going to see a level out of the tourism that's going to be happening during the summer. So fingers crossed on that. Great news on the B&P. That is super
Isn't that incredible?
exciting.
I mean, 10 o'clock, I got the press release. B&P says, hey, October, it's happening. Didn't expect it. They didn't, I don't think, expected it either. But with the June 15th mask mandates and all the things that have changed in the vaccination, and as I reported just earlier, California, the lowest positivity case rates of any state in the United States, in the nation, as of May 18th. That's great news for us, and we are seeing all kinds of things opening up. Hey, can we talk at all about your CEO and the things that are going on at the chamber? I know there's some changes and some interviewing going on. Is that something you could update me on?
I really have no update, to be honest with you. I just want to say thank you to the executive board. They're the ones in charge of doing this search. And I'll tell you, there has been over 128 applicants that have put their hat in the ring for this. So I'm really hoping that the executive board is going to be divinely guided to pick the right person for our valley. So whoever that happens to be, the goal is to make sure that we will have that business resource, that advocacy set up here. So whoever comes into that position, we're super excited, but I don't really have any updates to that. So no, wish I could, I don't. I will tell you though, you're showing the B&P that's up there. We also got news too that the Indio barbecue is going to be coming to the end of October, beginning of November. There's a lot of the events that we once had. The cities are getting ready to say, okay, we're going to do this. We'll do it COVID style, whatever we have to do, but we're going to do it. And so that's really exciting. So yeah, that's where we have. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, everywhere we go, here we go. This is the Dodger Nation Palm Springs fan club. They are at DBC. They're actually going to be there again on Friday. what's really cool is that people are getting back together, reconnecting. This is a group that's been obviously on Facebook for quite a while, and that's how they've been interacting. But you can see there, that was just a couple of Fridays ago, where they actually are getting together now, watching, celebrating, watching the Dodgers play. And of course, we're starting to see more and more people in the stadiums. And, we had a Coachella Crossroads. I believe Toby Keith was playing just last weekend. And I hear that there was literally in the thousands of people that showed up to that. Of course, that was on Indian land, a little bit different rules and regulations. But what you're seeing is just a confidence of people going back out, enjoying these types of things. I mean, country music. I mean, I'm missing Stagecoach, missing Coachella. Of course, we're looking for those back in 2022. But in the middle of all that, Rebecca, we're starting to see different groups kind of filling in maybe some of the gaps because this is definitely a place that people want to see festivals and see live music.
Yeah, I think that's really the big thing is it's an experience. Everybody wants an experience now. So I know like you were at the event that we had a couple weeks ago, as far as that experience goes, you had the ribbon cutting, you have the fashion show and the lunch and all of that. So I think people are really after making sure if they are going to go out, it's going to be something that's going to be worth their time. So I noticed we had our lunch yesterday and we could not take any more people. There was not even another chair left in the restaurant. Of course, we had everything set up outside, but it was incredible because you were mentioning that group that started during COVID, the Dodger fans, and how they had met each other and seen each other. They were only connecting through online. That's exactly what was happening with some of the businesses that are coming out. I only met them through online and now I'm getting to meet them in person. And I did a podcast about that. I'm actually in the midst of doing it on asking the professionals, how do you feel now? Based off of how did you feel when the close down first happened and COVID and your process to how you are now? What's changed? Because I know all of us have went through a major transformation as to our perspective on how things are. And it's really interesting to listen to everybody's input. I know you and I have had conversations about that as well. It's interesting we're turning that point now.
So what are we looking at behind you? Where are you exactly?
I am actually at the Gardens on El Paseo.
Oh, beautiful.
So I'm here. It is gorgeous. I'm here, actually, I'll tell you, because one of our...
Oh, I've lost your voice. I don't know what happened to you.
Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
I don't
now
know.
We're back.
Yeah,
okay,
I had a call coming in. Sorry, I told him I needed to not have the phone call, and he was anyway. But I'm here because I wanted to show support to our shaved ice. We have Hoka. I never say it right. It's Hokulia shaved ice that's actually here, and they have a little pop-up they set up during COVID.
I've seen it. It's always busy. I mean, you walk right by there, and people love their shaved ice. I mean, it's sitting right there on El Paseo, super easy access. I mean, you walk right up.
It is.
And enjoy it right there in front of the garden. So I love that.
And the cool thing this is authentic Hawaiian shaved ice. So she did her research, made sure that she got the right ingredients. It's all natural. Kelly's amazing. So I came over here to make sure I was here for that, but that's why dual purpose. I'm going and visiting businesses all day on my way over to La Quinta to make it to the graduation in time.
So I'm going to let you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I'm going to be there later at La Quinta as well. Was invited by Sean Webb, the president of the Coachella Valley Leadership Group.
Oh, yeah, good.
Swing on by and maybe do a little filming there. So I might do a live as well. And right after this, I'm going to head on over to visit with Mr. Patrick Evans. He has a cooking show that he's doing at 5 o'clock, and he and I are going to start to collaborate. It's going to be on his page today, but as soon as next week, we'll also be streaming that. Getting in the kitchen with Mr. Evans, who is an avid cooker, and his show is quite popular. He's been doing it for almost a year now, and we're going to be working with him, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I already mentioned my Friday Live tomorrow at Desert Company, and we were talking with Vanessa at the Palm Desert. She's the manager there, the city manager, and speaking with her about the cruise night for graduation for this particular high school right here, Palm Desert High School. So that's going to be very cool. I think we're going to be able to actually set up, interview some of the parents, some of the kids, and really show some of that energy and we've also invited the Classic Car group as well that normally cruises up and down El Paseo. and that should be a great night as well. So we got a lot of lives, a lot of things happening, a lot of streams going on, and so many things are happening now in the Coachella Valley. I was waiting for maybe a Palm Desert High School senior, Esmeralda. I haven't seen her show up yet in the back room, but hopefully soon, and I'll have an opportunity to interview her. She did her very last Aztec TV, Rebecca. They actually film right here in the same studio, and it's called Aztec TV. And they did their last airing yesterday. She told me it was very emotional, and I thought I could bring her on and chit chat with her a little bit. But I'm not sure where she's at. Welcome to Live.
Now, when you go and see Patrick, you need to tell him. Patrick and I emceed a Boys and Girls Cathedral City Boys and Girls Club extravaganza, winter extravaganza. Geez, probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Tell him I want some sausage. He's like the sausage king. Yeah, he's right like there. The sausage king. He's so fun to work with. He's so down to earth. But yeah, tell him I want some sausage.
I'm not sure what exactly he's going to be cooking for us tonight, but what we're going to do is we're going to try to introduce a second camera, because so far he's been single camera. And now we're going to maybe fancify a little bit. So we won't actually do that live ourselves yet, because we're going to kind of be ghosting or practicing alongside. But then the following week, we should be on target to actually sharing it live right along with him with multiple cameras. Should be a lot of fun. Of course, he might add sausage, he might not, because he's been cooking all kinds of things, not just staying with the Italian theme, even though he's got a great brand and a great Italian brand there. So, hey, Rebecca, I appreciate you stopping by. Anything else that you want to share?
No, just that if you guys want to get connected and you want to see what's going on, go to our website, gcvcc.org, check out our events. Know that any of the live events, I'm there, so you're not going to walk in not knowing anybody. And I will tell you, if you do want to meet people, buckle up, because it's one of the things that I love to do is get you connected. So thank you so much for bringing me on the show today. I love how we're working together and collaborating. You're awesome, Craig, and I'll see you later then.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
You're welcome. Bye.
What's happening in Coachella Valley? Craige Campbell from CoachellaValley.com, and we're brewing a little beer here, the Desert Beer Company. Look at this. This is a Kunkel Dunkel in memory of Joshua Kunkel. It's actually his recipe, and it's going to be here in the next 4 or 5 weeks. We just got started this morning at 8 a.m. In fact, started with the grains, and then we ground them up over here, and then of course brought them into the mash and cooked it, strained it, and then now here we are looking for the proper sugar content and heat, and then ultimately it'll be pumped all the way into this fermenter, which was sanitized and cleaned a little bit earlier today, and then it will sit in here for the next 4 or 5 weeks after that, and then ultimately piped in and will become one of these handles. 21 craft beers here at the Desert Beer Company, and we hope that you'll come on out. Friday there's some music and food from 6 to 9 here. Today it's open at 2 o'clock. And all this in memory of Joshua Kunkel. It's his recipe that is being brewed that I just showed you, and I hope you'll come on down and enjoy it with us and the Desert Beer Company and support your local Coachella Valley business. Craige Campbell. So I just was highlighting once again the Desert Beer Company. That is a beer that it was being started yesterday at 8 a.m. That was about 11 o'clock. I had popped in, and the mash had already been cooking and boiling there. And as I explained to you, kind of a neat experience. What I really like about that location, of course, is that that's going on where you eat in the restaurant there. You're able to really enjoy all of those brews being actually created right there while you're experiencing your own, perhaps. So just thought I'd give you a little quick look. I'm going to give you this too, just another beautiful sunset that we have here in the Coachella Valley. Of course, as the weather changes, we have a wind advisory, 50-mile-an-hour gust all the way through Friday at 11 o'clock at night. So just remember that as you're traveling through the San Gorgonio passes and other areas that we do have high wind. So anyway, I am going to see. Nope, I don't have my student here. I thought that I'd have an opportunity to interview her, but she's not here right now. And we've been on for about 30 minutes, and we've had an opportunity to update you on some things, talk with Rebecca Rizzo, and of course with Devin Sanchez. Hey, don't forget also, if you are a part of the Dodger Nation, come out tomorrow also at the Desert Beer Company. It's a joint effort, and they're going to be there. Tiger Rocco, that runs that group, who is very prominent. The Great Bambino is his puppy, a dog very popular. The Great Bambino 760 on Instagram. You can check them out. They were at the game just a couple days ago, and Tiger can tell you all about the Dodgers and what's happening. One of the most avid fans I know, and once again, his beautiful dog, the Great Bambino. Let me see if I actually have a picture here. Just the cutest thing in the world. Let me see what I got. So there's the Great Bambino and some stickers that are being put out. You can see this young lady is having a great time with him. And of course, we were also at NYPD downtown Palm Springs last Saturday and was very busy. It was packed out. It was a lot of fun. He was the star of that as well. And of course, here they are at DBC, and they'll be back again on Friday along with the acoustic music. There's going to be so many things, food and fun and friends. And of course, the game will be televised as well. We always love our Bighorn sheep. Of course, this is over the Anza Borrego area. And of course, my friend Francois Rhodes is the director of the chamber there at Borrego Springs. And we always love to give a shout out to them as well. So I think I pretty much run through all the things that I've wanted to share with you today. And I appreciate you guys tuning in to Craige Campbell for CoachellaValley.com. And I've been giving some signals that maybe in the next, was that 10 minutes? Okay. So we probably are not going to stick around for the next 10 minutes, but I do appreciate you guys. Craige Campbell for CoachellaValley.com, and we are filming here at the Palm Desert High School. One more week. We'll be back next week. And I'm hoping that this time Mr. Patrick Evans will actually join me in studio as we'll be talking about his new, not new, but new on our page, cooking show in the kitchen. It'll be fantastic. And don't forget, I might be filming that live today about 5, and then later on 7:30, La Quinta. We'll be down there at the Coachella Valley Leadership group and their graduation, and be able to stream that as well. So be looking for us on Coachella Valley, on Today's California, and on YouTube. This is Craige Campbell for CoachellaValley.com. Till next time. Talk to you soon.